It's getting late into November now. I need to adjust my exposure. As you see, most of the leaves are off the trees, and as usual, I'm like 2 months behind the yard work that I need to do. I'm assuming everybody else in New England at this point has raked all their leaves, but I really haven't done much at all, so I gotta do a lot of yard work catch up right now. But yes, we are gonna get into the discussions about IEP meetings because we did have 2. It's so different now. We had 2 in the span of 4 or 5 days now that Cormick is starting school really soon. So from here on out, we're gonna be juggling, 2 different children in the special education department. So that'll be an adventure. And already we're seeing it a change in how we operate because, 2 IEP meetings within the span of a week is definitely something we've never done before. We're probably gonna sit down, me and Rachel, and talk about that after the boys go to bed. So stick around for that just a little bit. We have, I don't want to call it a snowstorm tomorrow, but we have our first significant snowfall of the season. And that's what triggered me to come out here and look around and realize that I have a lot of work to do. And it's freezing. I'll just skip this boring part of the day and get to the part where I talk to the boys. So, see you in a second. Remember our water table? Now we got Barbie ice rink. Mama's boy status achieved. He's sad because his mama went in the car for a little tiny drive. She'll be right back. And then you'll be happy again. He's quite the mama's boy right now, which may make you think that he's not going to have a good experience at school, but we're actually confident. He does pretty well at his play group, and I don't know, there's a number of reasons. We definitely think he's ready for school. Here you go. Light, so you can see what you're doing. It's okay, Cormick. It's okay. Mommy will be back. Too sad to vlog right now? Never too sad to abuse the microphone. We'll just wait for Mom. You thought you could trick me? I heard a door. Who's here, Isaac? It's the most exciting thing that's happened all hour.
It's Mommy.
It is Mom.
Did Mommy come
He missed
home?
you so flipping much. Where'd you go?
To the mall. Got a present
Oh,
for someone.
well, you can say who it is.
Their cousin.
It's little Vincent's birthday party this weekend.
It's so many birthdays. You know,
is.
it's his. It's the Vincent's turning 1 and Cormick's turning 3. It's my brother's birthday and it's Thanksgiving.
Come here, come up. I present to you Cormick.
Oh, thank you, honey.
He barely ate any of that apple. Again?
All of the outside of
Ready?
it.
Set. Woo!
Look at that corn. Isaac, how about you be a big boy and you throw it away? Oh, now you found Cormick's apple.
What? That's not yours. And now he's eating it again.
Well,
He said,
you never know.
you never know.
Feel it till you see it again.
But he just said he was done. Let me film you because he likes you better than me anyway.
Throwing, yay! Good job, Cormick. Catch. Yay!
You got it! You got it! He's a Jerry Rice.
High five!
Please.
Can you close the door, please? Isaac always likes all the doors closed.
There's another one open right over here. First of all, I left a Halloween decoration on by accident.
Oh yeah, there's
And
one
second
more.
of all, Isaac didn't notice that cabinet. That's surprising. You think he's ready for school?
He's more than ready for school.
More than ready.
I think so. I think that first of all, we brought him to our IEP meeting and he saw the teachers and he seemed to like them all.
In the evaluation.
In the evaluation too.
Which,
and
did we talk about that about? Just a little
maybe a little bit, but it all has gone really well and he seems to really like being at the school. I'm a little nervous about him going on the bus.
Yeah.
That part, I don't know.
He's
we're gonna
and
try.
he's actually on the same. He's going to be on the same van as Isaac, and we haven't told Isaac yet, and probably honestly we should, because I think that's gonna throw off Isaac every bit as much.
We have to explain this all to Isaac. Yes.
Well, let's explain it to him right now. There's no harm in
Yeah.
doing it earlier, right? Remember we told you Cormick's going to your school soon?
Yes.
He's gonna go too.
Yeah, he's gonna go, and guess what? Isaac, guess what? He's gonna ride on the same van as you.
Yes.
Really soon, you both are gonna go on the van.
We're sort of breaking him into the
We're breaking him
idea.
into the idea of now Cormick goes with him and goes to school too. You're gonna go to school too. You're gonna go to school too.
Oh, I'm just so looking forward to cleaning up those balls later.
Whoa.
Stay.
Such a big boy going to school.
Stay.
Sty.
Sty. This room is a pigsty.
Sty. Yeah.
I want to show you a picture, okay? I drew it. Can I show you a picture I drew?
Yes.
Okay, it's right here. Let me, okay.
School van.
A school van, and who rides it?
Me.
That's you, exactly. So soon, not yet, but soon, who's gonna ride it too? I'll show you, look. The little kid.
Snowman.
It's not a snowman.
This kid is crying.
So Cormick will ride the van with you soon. In the van to school. But not in the same class, just the same van.
I like to go to the dolphins.
You will be
Kindergarten.
in kindergarten and Cormick will be in preschool.
No.
Okay, as promised, we're gonna talk about how the IEPs went. The funny thing is, I think you touched upon it earlier, we actually had to bring Cormick with us to the meetings.
Both times.
Both times because we couldn't get a babysitter.
And it was fine.
It was fine. Isn't that funny?
He was fine. It wasn't an issue at all. Like we actually both could still listen to everything, and
He just sat there and played with toys.
it was actually almost even good because he got to see the people.
He
got
saw,
to see the
he saw the
teachers, so-
school 2 extra
Yeah.
times, people that he'll actually be working with, so it actually works out when you really think about
Yeah.
it. The first one we did was Isaac's IEP meeting, and it wasn't really an IEP meeting as far as
It was just an update of how things are going
Yeah.
for him in kindergarten.
with
So-
the IEP team. So
Yeah.
that's why I still consider it an IEP meeting.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start by mentioning that both our boys will be, Isaac already is, Cormick will soon be attending public school. I read all kinds of different things from all kinds of different people. And I think that we have a lot to be thankful for because our town and our state, we're in Massachusetts for those of you who don't know. I don't know, they just kind of have their stuff together more so than other places when it comes to this stuff. Not that, you know, we don't prepare and always advocate because we always have to be doing that. But I just guess there's a level of comfort that we have that I think is not necessarily afforded to everybody. Even in Massachusetts, there's a long way to go,
Yeah.
but just comparing it to the rest of the United States, I think it's a pretty good place to be.
It always makes us feel good. We feel good about the public school.
We do for our boys, definitely,
For our
and if that ever changes, we're constantly monitoring that, and if that
Yeah.
ever changes, where we feel like it's not the ideal environment, we will not hesitate to pounce all over, going after a different opportunity for a different learning environment. Do you want to talk about Isaac's meeting? What do we do? What do we do with Isaac? So we have these are their binders. My mom made these binders for their IEPs, but also they've just kind of become autism binders in general. Like we've got all kinds of different stuff in here, but mostly IEP stuff, I suppose, school related stuff. And my mom made these for us. Thank you, Mom. I highly recommend having a nice big place to organize all your papers and stuff. I put it in the bookshelf.
Isaac's meeting, we're just talking about how Isaac's doing in kindergarten because it is different, like much different, and like much more is expected of the kids than there is in preschool.
A lot more structure in kindergarten.
Yes, it's way more
Academically.
academics, which is actually fine. Everyone like agrees that like all Isaac's teachers agree that that's what Isaac likes anyway. He likes learning.
It actually caters to his interests.
Yeah, like
That it's more like that.
yeah, and he likes structure like that. So he actually has been doing well.
There was a stretch of time in the beginning where the transition was way too much for him. Like the first month, I would say, he was not himself when he would come back home. And so that's why we thought it was really important to have this meeting because, we wanted to see if things were a little bit like that at school too, and they didn't know him as well as we did, so maybe they wouldn't identify that as odd behavior and things like that. So we wanted to get on the same page with that. They've told us about some things that they're implementing that are, they seem to be making a difference, I think, to get him through tasks as the day goes on.
In order for him to get to play with letters the way he wants to play with them, which is what he like always wants to do.
Like his ultimate motivation.
That's his ultimate motivation. So in order to do that, he has to complete other tasks that are less desirable for him. And when he completes those, he gets a star. And so when he gets like, I think like 3 or 4 stars, then he can go play with letters the way he wants to play with them. You can apply that to anything, yeah. Getting like him to get his clothes on for bed or get ready to go somewhere. Like you can apply that to anything. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and for food as well, which he has been eating pretty well actually. Because Isaac was very underweight at his doctor's appointment, which was just like a month ago. And now we're seeing him. His belly's like big now.
Yeah, we haven't weighed him, but you can tell he's bigger. He's
significant weight gain in the last month, and we needed it. Anyways, I think Isaac's starting to do really well.
Yeah, he's starting now to adjust to kindergarten.
He seems happier at home. He doesn't seem as anxious to go to school. He's doing things at home that he wasn't doing before, like puzzles and reading books. Those are things that I know he likes, but that sort of just fell off to the side for some reason. I think it was just, everything was just so overwhelming at the beginning of the school year, I think. It was good to meet with them and get on the same page even more.
I felt very good about it.
We didn't make any changes to his IEP. You know, he still gets his speech, his OT, he gets physical therapy.
He has a one-on-one.
He does have, he does have the one-to-one para.
Another thing they told us that I didn't even know they were doing is they give him a weighted blanket sometimes to put in his lap when he's sitting, and they said he really likes that. It really calms him down, which is funny because I never felt like things like that worked for Isaac, but I guess that does work for him, so that's really nice.
Whatever works, you know.
Whatever works, whatever can calm him.
That's something I would have thought was appropriate for Cormick, but if it's working for Isaac, I'm thrilled with that, honestly. I feel like in an IEP video, you're supposed to complain about stuff, but I don't know. I think we're really enthusiastic. I think if we made this video a month and a half ago, we probably would have had a lot more concerns.
Yeah.
You know, thankfully things have been turning around, so that's good. And we have another kid. Totally forgot. Did you forget?
No.
No, he's the louder one. Isaac keeps getting up.
Isaac does do this where he's done everything for bedtime and he's, read his stories, he's in his pajamas, he's upstairs, but he wants to play a little bit longer with some of his just quiet upstairs toys. And he's really great about it. Like if we let him do that little bit, he turns the light off himself and goes to bed pretty soon.
He doesn't push it too far.
He doesn't push it. If he does, then we go up and we tell him it's time to stop. But it's like his wind down.
If it's within reason, I have no problem whatsoever.
He's still upstairs.
He's doing so well lately that I'm just like, I don't want to, push any buttons that are gonna flip it. We were supposed to be talking about Cormick.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this was a very important meeting because this is the first time we're setting up any sort of IEP for Cormick.
Yeah, it was just 4 or 5 days after Isaac's meeting, so it's so weird. I kind of mentioned this in the opening of this video, but just now that we have 2, I feel like it's going to be like this from now on, where we're like, wait, didn't we just meet with them?
Yeah,
no,
which one are we talking about?
Which meeting is this? And especially because Cormick has the same exact team as Isaac had.
Yeah.
I'm going to get all thrown off, I already know.
Yeah, Isaac had the same teachers and therapists at school that Cormick is going to have, which is great.
Like identical, which we like them very much, so I have no complaints about that whatsoever. They're going to learn quickly that Cormick is the opposite of Isaac in so many ways.
They've already seen how different they are and commented on it. They're very different.
So, but that kind of was to our advantage because we already knew all those people that we met with, but this time for Cormick. Cormick was there again, but he did so well. I'm looking over my notes from the meeting for the first time since the meeting.
And they could see his speech delay, and that's one of our main concerns for him, and they could see that, and they know that, and he's going to get more than anything more speech therapy at school.
Yeah, that's the heavy target for Cormick is the speech. Okay, he keeps opening the door, and now I'm almost ready to go up and talk to him.
Yeah.
So you see, we complimented him about
I know.
And now
you jinxed it.
He's pushing it now.
Yep.
The more I hear that door click open, I'm like, okay. And there's the stomping.
He's running around reading a book in his room.
Could be worse.
So Cormick's day is going to look like just like what it was for Isaac. So he's gonna, the van's gonna come get him at 8 in the morning, and he'll come home around 3:30 in the afternoon. So it's a long day.
It's a full day.
Very full day, every day, Monday through Friday. He's going to be in a integrated classroom for the first half of the day, and the second half after lunch he's going to go and be in the special needs room, which we really like. They were wondering if we should do that or not, but we are going to do that, and I think that's really good for him. He's going to also get a lot of speech therapy, both in and out of the classroom, and also OT, and also a session of OT and speech together is what they suggested, and I think that's a really good idea.
It's going to be a lot. Like, I do think he's going to be exhausted at the end of the day, and we haven't even mentioned the fact that he'll still be receiving his ABA therapy in home after school. We don't exactly have that schedule figured out yet, but there's just a lot of stuff. I think he's ready for it. I just think we probably should expect there to be, you know, some sort of wall that he hits. I think it's going to be a lot. He's going to be tired.
It's going to be really tough. That's
a lot. That's a lot.
The other thing is he's always with me. Like, he's always with me, except for his once a week group that he does right now for a couple hours. That's the only real time.
But he does well leaving you there.
He does do well.
Once it's a routine, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I know, but even in this video, we showed how obsessed with you he is. But when it's an established thing, I think he'll do fine. So I think it may take a week, 2 weeks for him to sort of get into the school vibe of things.
It'll be good for him.
I think he'll be fine.
Expand in the world.
I'm very confident. It's not going to be immediately, and I do think there's going to be a transition where even we have to figure out how much is too much. That's kind of one of the tough things.
He's just turning 3.
An autism parent. Yeah, can this 3-year-old handle a full day and therapies on top of that? But we're going to monitor it. I don't know. We can always try to change things.
We'll do a follow-up visit with Cormick and see how it's going, and, you know, see if we need to change anything. But for now, I think it'll be really good. He'll also have his own one-on-one too, just like Isaac does. So that'll be really great too. I think that's about everything.
Yeah. If you do have any questions for us, you're just interested in what our boys get up to or anything else, drop it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Sounds good.
Paperwork.
Yeah, look at those binders.
I've been running around like crazy getting all the stuff ready for Cormick to start school, the registration stuff, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there's a lot of paperwork. This like stresses me out. Like, this reminds me of middle school, and I had such a big backpack full of
stuff
paperwork.
Like this.
But it's really not that
I actually have to go through this. It's mostly Cormick registration stuff. And that's bulking it up right now, but oh my gosh. Anyways, why is it that we always rattle on after it's already over? Okay.
I don't know.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Bye.